something. For example, you find people in this country wearing New York hats. You find them wearing New York hats, LA hats, and this that. Go to America and see if you find someone wearing a Brixton Streatham Peckham hat or this that and the other. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you're just following them rappers, and then people in America, they're just following the rappers of their own country. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying to you, look, at the end of the day, you have a religion. You have a religion, whether you like it or not, whether you believe you're religious or not. Your religion is maybe smoking weed, checking girls, you know what I'm saying, raving on a weekend and sleeping with some Jezebel. If you're a girl, your purpose is most probably walking around half naked, turning man's head in the street, and that's your religion. Take your name and put ism at the end of it, that's your religion. But at the end of the day, you know, there's only two religions. There's the false religion of the entertainers, the rappers, and you know what I'm saying, and the music videos, that's your Quran, that's your book, that's what you follow. Or there's the way of Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Moses, who were the real prophets of God, who used to fall in their face and pray like the Muslims, who used to dress, women used to dress like Mary, not like Beyonce and Rihanna, these people with chest and everything else hanging out. They used to fast, you need to wear modest clothing, you know what I'm saying. Look at the Muslims, how they look. They look like Jesus, Moses, and all the prophets. Look at their mosque, no pictures, no idols, no gold, and this, that, and the other. Simple worshippers of God, where you can follow the rap thing, you know what I'm saying, Biggie, Tupac, tattoos, gold, this, that, and all that stuff. You choose. But when you go to the grave, you know what I'm saying, there's a creator that has given you eyes, given you ears, given you food, given you drink, given you oxygen, all these things, and he deserves to be worshipped. Not that he needs to be worshipped, he deserves to be worshipped. My mum doesn't deserve to be thanked, your mum doesn't deserve to be thanked, you know what I'm saying. But it's her right that she is thanked, and it's only right that could be worshipped alone. And Islam is the only religion that says God is not a man, God is not a statue, God is not an animal. So stop shooting people and killing each other because your mum rented your mum a house in this area, and the council rented your mum a house in this area, and you're two human beings who are going through life, you know what I'm saying, and life is precious. So either treat life precious, yeah, or face the consequences when you die. Street Ordean YouTube, check it out.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One of the sad things you find growing up in the UK is that you find a lot of young brothers, yeah, walking around with a big chip on their shoulder because they grow up on a council estate, you know, and the council estate is painting a grey depressing colour, you know, or the lifts in the council estate are filled with urine, and sometimes the lift don't work. And a lot of the times you find these young brothers walking around with a chip on their shoulder, you know what I'm saying, like they got a messed up life. And you always hear brothers talking about, I come from the ghetto, or I come from the hood. But akhi, wallahi man, this rap music, yeah, is basically, it's seeping into your brain, yeah, and it's interfering with your common sense, because wallahi, you've never seen a ghetto and you've never seen a hood, and you're not poor, you see what I'm saying? And especially you Muslim brothers as well, yeah, you come from a good family, your mother and your father, and you was talking about, you know what I'm saying, living in a ghetto and living in a hood and stuff, but wallahi, you've never seen a ghetto or a hood. You need a telescope to see a ghetto or a hood from where you live, because you're talking about you live in a ghetto and a hood, yeah, and you've got bloody PlayStation, you got, a BlackBerry or iPhone, you got, 5 pairs of trainers, you know what I'm saying? How can you be living in a ghetto, yeah, when you've got running water to your house, you've got electricity coming to your house, you've got heating to your house, you've never felt poverty or real deprivation. You never had to eat out of a rubbish bin. Not once have you ever, in the past or in the future, inshallah, have you ever ate from a dustbin. You ain't ever, you know what I'm saying, had to go outside without any shoes on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ever had to borrow your brother or sister's clothes because you ain't got no clothes to put on your back and stuff like that. So all this stuff about you living in the ghetto on a hard life and this, that, and no, you've never seen it. And for some reason, yeah, you think because you've grown up in a council estate that gives you the right, yeah, to be rude to your mother and slam the door in her face, yeah, and shout at her, yeah, and turn your music up when she's speaking, your haram music up when she's speaking. And the worst thing what you do is while your father's out of work, yeah, you give your mum all this slip, you don't do anything around the house. And the worst thing is, yeah, is that you know, one of the clearest ways you can tell a human being is upset, yeah, is when tears come out of their eyes. Yeah, and think about it, this woman, your mother, yeah, who Allah chose for you to come into this universe through her, yeah, basically you make tears come out of her eyes. So can you imagine this woman, she ain't done nothing wrong to you, she ain't hurt you, yeah, She put clothes on your back. She put food in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? She put heating in the house and stuff like that. And you shout back at her, you kiss your teeth at her, yeah? You slam the door in her face, and you actually make tears come out her eyes, yeah? And you make her cry, you make her hair turn grey, you see what I'm saying? You make her make dua to Allah to make things easier because you're so faithful. So the whole thing is actually, at the end of the day, first of all, you don't live in a ghetto. How can you be in a ghetto when you got PlayStation, Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? Was it bare trainers, you know what I'm saying? Bare tops, bare jackets and stuff like that. You ain't poor. What it is that you might have high-tech and Puma and you want Nike, you want Adidas. You may have a jacket but you don't want that. You want the latest jacket, you want the latest shoes, you want the latest coats or anything, and the latest hats and stuff like that. So it's not that you're poor, it's just that you're greedy, and it's just that you're ungrateful. You know, as we're told to look at the people, yeah? When it comes to the dunya, we're supposed to look at the people who've got less than us, yeah? And when it comes to the deen, we're supposed to look at the people who've got more than us. So at the end of the day, stop walking around with this chip on your shoulder. You're walking around because you're listening to this rap music and it's got these big bass beats in the back, and you're thinking you're hard and you're thinking you're tough, yeah? You know what I'm saying? And you're listening to this Tupac and this Biggie stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you start basically trying to feel like you're poor, or basically you start feeling what they're saying in their tunes, and you start acting as if you're poor. But you ain't once ever had to eat out of a rubbish dumps. You ain't once ever had to walk out street with no shoes on. You ain't once had to, you know, go to the fridge and there's no food there, there's no heat in there, there's no electricity there. You have not once faced poverty in your life. You have a good life. Sometimes, in fact, you just eat because you're bored. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you just spend money because what is it? Because you're bored. Sometimes you just turn the heating on and use it and you don't need it. So, as for you talking about you live in a ghetto, you live in a hood, you know, and making out that you live in some busted area, they don't have PlayStations in the hood. They don't have how can I say, widescreen TVs in the hood. They don't have Blackberries and iPhone. The fact that you're watching this video now, you're most probably watching it on your PC or you're watching it on your phone. That proves you ain't poor. What if you're poor? If you're poor, how would you be watching this now? What, you plugged it into the ground and it just started working and stuff like that? So it's an exaggeration. You can keep on listening to these rappers and keep on watching these movies and feeling sorry for yourself. But Aki, stop crying, wipe the bogey off your nose, put your head up here, and actually be thankful. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Allah is giving you eyesight, He's giving you hearing, He's giving you voice, He's giving you mind at worst. You know what I'm saying? He brought you into a family, into a house where you have you have a place. You actually have a place where you can go home, and when it rains outside, you're safe. When it snows outside, you're safe. When it's cold outside, you're safe. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful. Yeah, and also being rude to your mother and your father who goes out and works every day, you know what I'm saying, so that you can basically have an education. Your mother who basically raised you, you know what I'm saying, when you're a kid, when you were crying, when you were humble, when you're defenseless, when you went to touch an electric plug, she stopped you, you know what I'm saying, when you went to fall off the edge of something, or then you fell out the window, she stopped you, you know what I'm saying. And how do you repay her? When you get a little hair on your chest and you get a little gold chain, you know what I'm saying, and you start thinking you're big, you start shouting at her, slamming the door in her face, you know what I'm saying, you start cursing her, you start turning up her music while she's speaking, and you imagine this, the person who Allah chose, yeah, to make you come into this earth, yeah, you make tears come out of her eyes. That's the clearest way a human being can show that they're unhappy. Tears come out their eyes, and you make this creation who looks after you morning, noon, night, feeds you, clothes you, you know what I'm saying, work for you, pray for you, all this good. You tell her to shut her mouth, you kiss your teeth at her, you slam the door at her, and you make tears come out of her eye. Can you imagine that the creator of the sun, the moon, the stars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, these great planets and this universe, the one that controls the water cycle and the oceans and the mountains and all these things, that he chose her for you to come out of, and you make her cry? Think about that, and think about next time you think about kissing your teeth, slamming the door, turning your haram music up while she's speaking, cussing her, you know what I'm saying, shouting at her and getting in her face. Think about the creator of the sun and the creator of the moon, and the one that holds this planet and all the other planets up and controls it is angry at you. And think about if it's worthwhile doing, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.